back with another story for you guys. So this story today is all about Peter on the water, which is a bit of an interesting story really. So what happened in this story was Jesus and his disciples, so his little friends that he was going around with, they had been busy all day talking to people, preaching, going around different towns, seeing different people, and they were all pretty tired. And so they were like, come on Jesus, let's go back on the boat to the other side of the lake. And Jesus was like, no, I just wanna pray a bit on my own. You guys, if you're tired, you go in the boat, that's fine. I'll stay behind. I'll pray on my own, that's fine. And so Jesus stayed behind on the land and he decided he was going to pray alone there. And the rest of the disciples who were quite tired, they went in the boat on the Sea of Galilee and they were going away from the land. And it was all going fine, They were just merrily going along in the sea. And then suddenly, in the middle of the lake, it got really, really stormy. It was raining, it was windy, the boat was all over the place, it was rocking back and forth. They couldn't sleep even though they were tired and they were just freaking out. And suddenly, there seemed to be something walking towards them along the water. Now, that's a bit weird because people can't walk on water. In fact, nothing can walk on water. How would something be walking along the water? And so the disciples in this boat were pretty freaked out, pretty scared. And all of a sudden there was a voice, and that voice said, "Take courage, it is I, don't be afraid." But actually they were still like, oh, what's that? They were scared. But then Peter couldn't believe his ears because it wasn't something scary, it was Jesus. And he told Jesus to call him onto the water. Peter wanted to go onto the water too, like Jesus was. And so Jesus said, come onto the water. And so just as Jesus was walking on the water, which is pretty crazy, then Peter was getting out the boat, walking on the water towards Jesus, which was pretty incredible. But then suddenly, as Peter was walking along the water, miraculously, amazingly, he suddenly remembered, people can't walk on water. And as he saw the storm, he began to panic. And he took his eyes off Jesus. He was no longer looking at Jesus. And he began to sink into the water. And he began to drown. And then suddenly he shouted out to Jesus, "Jesus, help me, save me." And Jesus came over and picked up Peter out of the water. And they climbed back into the boat and the storm stopped. Jesus then asked Peter, why did you doubt? Why did you worry? Why did you worry when I'm Jesus? And that God's got you and you're going to be okay. And Peter didn't know what to say. But when he realised that Jesus had been walking on the water and he'd allowed Peter to walk on the water, he said, "Truly, you are the Son of God." And then Peter learned that he could trust Jesus. And so from this, we can learn that we can trust Jesus too. If we're worried about something, if we don't know what to do, we can trust Jesus. And just like Peter, we need to remember to keep our eyes on Jesus and not worry and think, oh no, but I shouldn't be doing this, or I can't do this, I'm not good enough, because Jesus is there and he believes in you, he believes that you can do it. And so we shouldn't doubt and worry that we can't do things, because we can, because we've got God who can help us do anything. And so to help us remember this story that we can believe in God, we don't need to worry or doubt or think we can't do it, we're going to do a little craft here. So this is the craft. What it is, if I show you a little bit closer, it is Peter walking along the water. And if he doubts too much, he starts to drown. But he's going to remember and look at Jesus just like you can. And then he won't drown, but he can walk along the water like this. So I'm now going to show you how to make that. making a craft, thinking about how Peter walked on the water and how we don't need to doubt God. We can trust him and know that we can believe in him and trust him with all of ourselves, and that he won't let us down. He won't let anyone down because he loves you so much and he is just completely trustworthy. And so I hope you learnt something from that today. I'm going to see you in a couple of weeks' time for another video. Bye!